Hi, Alicia here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm here to bring to you my TBR for the Reading Rush. Hey pals, how's it going? I hope you are doing well. And if you're new here, this is the place where we talk about books. Today I'm going to go through my TBR for the Reading Rush. The Reading Rush is a week-long readathon from July 20th to the 26th. I'm sure you know about it. I'm sure you've heard about it, but I will link the announcement video below. I am also doing the fuckathon in July, so I already have 9 books that I am trying to read this month. So for the Reading Rush, I'm gonna try and mix and match the prompts so I can read as few books as possible that also meet all of the challenges, because I am a puzzle master like that. I'm also probably going to be borrowing some books from the fuckathon so that my TBR doesn't become outrageous and outlandish and not doable, because that's helping no one. So without further ado, let's get into those challenges and let's get into those books. So the first prompt for the Reading Rush is to read a book that matches the color of your birthstone. So I was born in July, my birthday is July 17th, which, total segue fun fact about having my birthday on July 17th, I share my birthday with the birthday of the emoji. So in the emojis, there is a calendar emoji that permanently has my birthday on it. So I know that me and everybody else who has a birthday on July 17th or exclusively gets so much more use out of that emoji than anyone else in the world. So that's a tangent. Let's just go back to this. Let's go back to the challenge. So July is my birth month, which means my birthstone is ruby, which is a beautiful light red. So for that one, I will be reading How We Fight for Our Lives by Saeed Jones. This is it kind of looks more orange on screen, but trust me, this is kind of a reddish, shimmery cover. Kind of looks like an eyeball, kind of, but also kind of like a ruby. So How We Fight for Our Lives is a memoir by Saeed Jones. This is kind of a collection of stories and vignettes from Jones's point of view, following what it means to be Black and queer in the American landscape. Each kind of chapter kind of focuses on a different point in his life, a different idea, a different kind of essay that all kind of goes to shape what it means to be Black and queer in America. I am really excited to read this. I'm really in the mood for nonfiction memoirs right now. It's where my heart and my interests lie. So I am very excited to get to this one for this prompt. The second reading challenge is to read a book that starts with the. So for this, I will be reading The Test by Sylvain Neuvel. The Test is a fiction novella published in 2019. It's really short, and this is a speculative fiction dystopian story about someone sitting in for the British citizenship test. So I'm kind of getting like Black Mirror vibes from this. I love a really short pick for a week-long reading challenge. So hell yeah, I'll be reading The Test. Next, we've got Read a Book that inspired a movie that you've already seen. So for this one, I am borrowing a book from the fuckathon because gotta do that. I will be reading BlacKkKlansman by Ron Stallworth. The movie was based off of this book that I have seen. BlacKkKlansman is a memoir that follows Ron Stallworth in the 70s. He is a Black police detective, and in the 70s, he went undercover and did a giant investigation into the KKK. So I have not read this book. I have not read this memoir. I am super excited to read the source material for this challenge. So I will go through the rest of the prompts, but these are the 3 books that I will be reading for the reading rush. The next prompt is to read the first book that you touch. So for that, I am going back to How We Fight for Our Lives, because this was the first book I touched this day when I was looking for a book that had red, that was the color of ruby. So I had not touched a single other book that day when except for the book that I was currently reading. And so I'm just like, well, hey, I was looking for a book that was red. This was the first unread book I touched this day. So that works. My rules. That's what we're going with for this challenge on the first book that you touch. Next challenge is to read a book outside. So for that, I am definitely going back to The Test by Sylvain Neuvel. This is very, very short, so something that I could feasibly read outside. I will possibly just sit on the stoop. Next is to read a book in a genre that you want to read more of. So I want to read more nonfiction. Specifically, I would like to read more memoirs. So we're going back to Black Klansman for that one. I will be reading 2 memoirs this month, so woohoo. And the 7th reading rush challenge is to read a book on a continent that you do not live on. So a different continent. So again, I will be reading The Test by Sylvain Neuvel. This takes place in the UK. And I live in North America. I live in Canada. So that matches that prompt. So woohoo! So there we have it. I managed to fit 3 totally manageable books, totally fine, totally good, cool books to read in the 1 week of the reading rush from July 20th to the 26th. I also have 8 other books that I am trying to read in July, so there may be some overlap. I may be reading other books in this week, but this is what I will be prioritizing that week. Let me know if you're also doing the reading rush and what you plan to read. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the first year that I will be doing the reading rush, so yay for me and yay for new things. So thanks for being here, pals. I just love you. Until next time, see you, bye!